The 8 patients with machete wounds at Oicha General Hospital are only alive because they played dead. Tended to by the loved ones they have left. Edgar Miisa was out before the 6 p.m. curfew. This is the first account we've heard of a daylight attack.
Then he fell down.
He describes his terror as a group of armed men surrounded him.
At the beginning, I was so scared. But after being hacked so many times, you stop feeling the pain. The machetes were coming at me from all angles. I tried to prevent the strikes, but they hacked me all over my body.
In the bed next to him, a second man, again attacked in daylight, but this time in the morning. Kakule Mate thought the men approaching him were soldiers, but he was mistaken.
After surrounding me, they wielded their machetes. Others prepared their firearms. I knew I was going to be killed. Then I started to pray. They told me to lie face down, to put my arms by my side. And then they began to chop. At one point, they struck me with a hammer. I pretended I was dead.
Kahambu Ngoge recalls the horrifying screams of her mother, father, brother and sister as they were hacked to death. When they came for her, she shielded her daughter and took the blows herself.
They started to chop and chop and chop me with their axes. When they realized that I'd lost a huge amount of blood, I heard them say, "She's going to die." So they threw me into the house and locked the door. I only went outside in the morning and found all my relatives dead.
Dr. Ndungo Nzalamingi took over this hospital when his predecessor was kidnapped. He doesn't fear being taken now. Since October, he says, there's been a change in tactics.
The savage way in which these people are tortured is very upsetting for us. The enemy aims at the areas around the neck and the head. They usually use tools like hammers, machetes and sharp objects. It's rare to find people who've been wounded by bullets.
The hatred here runs deep and across borders. The victims are butchered intentionally in the most brutal manner imaginable. One doctor described what's happening here as another genocide. This is now the epicenter of the latest massacres, and each night the residents here head home before curfew in a state of fear, not really knowing where or when the next attack might come from. Now, in the past, Ugandan rebels have been blamed for this violence, but at least some of the witnesses we've spoken to here claim that their perpetrators spoke Kinyarwanda, and that suggests that this already complex conflict now may be seeing new rebel groups involved. Guy Henderson, CCTV, Oicha, DRC.